Hey everybody, it's Norm Farrar, aka the Beard Guy here, and we're here with a special Lunch with Norm, the Amazon FBA and Ecom podcast.
Lunch with Norm, lunch with Norm, lunch with Norm, lunch with Norm.
All right, so Kelsey messed that up, I think, because I did not hear anything, and he was late. But you know what? I get used to that, and especially if it's a brand new special podcast. Look, the reason I'm here today, it's really cool. I didn't expect this. I was coming down to the .club office, and today's the day that they are receiving a check from GoDaddy. They are exiting today, and this is what we're all about. So I thought, what better than to talk to the CEO and president of GoDaddy, or GoDaddy of .club domains, to see what it's all about, see what the whole journey is all about. So this is different. I cannot see the questions. If you have questions, Kelsey, if he does his job properly, will get them to me. Okay. So, anyways, first of all, let's start off with Colin Campbell.
Hello.
He's been on the podcast before, and today's the big day, buddy.
Yeah, we're excited.
I bet you're excited.
Oh my gosh.
7 years in the making, excited.
Well, I would say, it was an overnight success. It actually only took about 9 years, the whole project from beginning to end. And this closing, we started negotiations. Actually, I think we had the first offer was Christmas Eve morning. At 2 o'clock in the morning. It was really weird. They gave us the first offer to purchase .club. And I will say that, we didn't accept the first offer, and we're actually very frustrated by it. And then another few weeks went by, and they gave us an offer, and it was everything we were asking for. And at that point, we couldn't say no. And I'll tell you this, it's exciting today. A lot of people have made some money with this. A lot of investors have made money, employees, and it's also sad in a way. We spent, all of us, this team here, we spent 7-8 years building this company and traveling to 50 countries around the world and meeting so many different people. We've made so many friendships in the industry, and Club in a way has been, I'll almost say it's been a bit of our identity. And when you sell one of your kids, it still feels like
you sell your kids.
Yeah, exactly. Imagine that. It does feel like that. There's a certain pain associated with it as well.
Right.
Of course, it's made up with a lot of money in the bank or whatever, but.
Yeah, I'm going to try to get closer to you somehow to get me in there. Or you know what? There we go. It's Colin Campbell. Yeah. It's his day.
And but this podcast is all about learning about exiting. So maybe after you talk to our president Michelle here, and get some of her feedback, we can talk a little bit about those lessons.
One thing we talked about yesterday, and this is, there you go. Hey Michelle.
And like Colin said, we're literally in the middle of it. So I'm going to tell Colin he needs to read his email. Just read your email. There's a couple of, last minute stuff that we need to take care of.
This is crazy. Like we're going live. This is live.
Yeah, it's crazy right now.
Yeah.
Actually, I wasn't sure if I was going to laugh or cry today because I've done a lot of crying over the last couple of months. Obviously, it's a sweet thing when you're actually validated by the market, especially by someone that's GoDaddy, because they are the #1 registrar in the world. So we're just incredibly grateful and humbled for all of our supporters, because clearly we could never have done this by ourselves.
So
people really believed in the company, but they also really believed in our choice, specifically Colin and Dirk, our founders. They specifically, validated the choice and the research that they did that started this whole company. So why am I derailing a little bit? I know the topic here actually is bigger probably than us, if that's possible. I don't know. Of course it is. But, it really just talks to things that you talked about with your listeners about like validating your ideas and coming to market. How do you really scale and grow and repeat and exit? So we can talk about that later, I guess. But yes,
We
it is a
we definitely
very,
can.
very, very exciting day for us. It was hard in the beginning. I wasn't here right when we launched. They launched in May, and then I was hired in July, like, 5 or 6 months after that. But I'm going to tell you, it's tough in the beginning. There's a lot of tears. We're very, very fortunate because, we had financial backers. Colin had raised money, and our shareholders were very, very supportive. Mostly, I'm going to say, again, because of the leadership and because of the strength of the domain. So for us, we're just as happy, obviously, for all of our shareholders, because they're the ones that, gave their money, and we're just patiently waiting. So it's a happy day across the board, even though, jobs cease to exist. It's a good time to reflect, which I plan on doing.
Yeah.
And, really just thinking about what the next move is and what we did right and what we did wrong and how we can move forward even in a bigger way.
Well, I noticed there's a few tears, but it's all cash. You're crying money.
Yeah, you think that, but I do love my job, so I know it sounds crazy. It's hard sometimes to think about moving on, but we're all hoping that we'll be able to do that as a team.
Colin had to run out of the room, but he touched on it, and I think this is very important to when the deal's over, are you going to be at all depressed? I know how hard you work.
Yeah, for me, it's interesting. I think that I actually already went through it, the depression and the sadness, and because it wasn't like an overnight or, fast situation, like Colin said, we've been working on this for quite a long time. So it's actually presents an opportunity to kind of like go to the next phase, which is we're going to continue to work with GoDaddy at least till the end of the year to even, to grow and transition .club. So for me, I am excited about that. I already spent my depression times like months ago, 4 months.
Now, when did you get involved with .club?
I got involved with .club right after they launched, which would have been what we call general availability. And that was July of 2007. Was it 17 or 4? 2014, right? Yeah.
So who wants to handle this question? Let's talk about hurdles. What were some hurdles that you had to overcome? Hey, we talk about resilience. Entrepreneurs, I'll switch it over here. Entrepreneurs having to be resilient. And I know you guys are this is going through like live right now, and there's documents flying back and forth, but can you tell us about, and Colin, I don't know if you want to take this or Michelle, about being resilient to get to this point?
Yeah, earlier I joked about this idea that, we were an overnight success. It only took 10 years. And the fact is, there are so many moments, especially if you're running a recurring revenue business like my friend Lil is doing for Zendu.
Oh, she's on the podcast tomorrow.
I know, she's listening.
Oh, she is? Oh, okay.
I'm no, I think that you go through those times, and when you have these recurring revenue businesses, the positive is that, at the beginning of the year, you already know what your sales will be for the most part for that year. The negative is it takes years and years to break even. And you really have to have an understanding investor group in order to make it to the end line. And there were a number of investors who were impatient and could not wait. And I bought out investors, and other shareholders bought out investors. And ultimately, though, the ones that did wait, they paid off big time for them. And I know they're all very happy today.
Now,
and I'm just doing a couple emails here too.
Yeah,
because
sure.
We are passing back and forth documents as they get ready to send over the money.
So you want some mailbox?
Yeah, exactly. Sorry about that.
Hey, no problem. We completely understand. It is one of those days. I don't even have my regular camera with me. I got my iPhone, so you see a little bit of cinema. I don't know. It's avant-garde cinema, something like that.
It's on purpose.
Cinema verite.
It was on purpose.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
All right, so Michelle, we're just going to finish this up right now. So it looks like things are going smoothly. There could be tons of little headaches during due diligence. How do you handle that kind of stuff? Do you expect that things are going to happen like that, or how do you handle
Great
that?
question. You really have to work together as a team. That's one of the reasons why, getting acquired by somebody also there's an analogy there too. Is this a person that you want to work with? Because things will get tough and there will be disagreements along the way. So you really need someone who obviously you believe is going to really take the business to the next level, which we are absolutely 150% confident GoDaddy will, but also that you can actually work with to get things done very efficiently, because no one likes to spin their wheels and fight with people. So for us, we picked that partner. We knew, I would say we knew right from the beginning, it was like we would be, achieve our goal so highly if we could have the honor of somebody like a GoDaddy acquiring us. And
All right, so this leads to another question about exit strategy. Did you already have your exit strategy in place when you first got started, or is this something that evolved?
I would say, if you know Colin, who is the founder, and you just talked to him a second ago, yeah, he always has a strategy. He's a very strategic person. And an exit, not in a negative kind of old .com way, but, building the business, right? We obviously had investors, so it was absolutely critical to us that, our monetization plan did have have an infrastructure laid where we could exit when the time was right. The business wasn't for sale, but on the contrary, I would say any business is for sale for the right price.
Perfect. Well, you know what? I don't want to take up your time. You've got way better things to do than talk to me right now. Look, congratulations. I had no idea when I was coming to Fort Lauderdale that I would be part of this really great event. I am glad I am. And congratulations, Colin. Congratulations, Michelle. And I can't wait to be, I want to say be part of the next one, but see what you guys are going to be doing. All right. So Kelsey, where are you?
Hey, I'm here.
Hey, buddy. Okay. So it's a little bit different today. There's no Wheels of Kelsey. I wish there was.
Just a
I miss you,
quick
buddy.
impromptu.
Yeah, I just said, hey, Kelsey, let's get going on this. So even the big fat fingers there. But that's it for today. We are going to be having Lil Roberts on tomorrow. It's going to be an incredible show. We've got a bunch of different topics that we're going to be talking about. I'm going to try to do it from the airport. And if I fail, it's going to be lunch with Kelsey. So, all right, everybody. So that's it for today. See you tomorrow. And thanks for tuning in.
Lunch with